Coming up, the County Election Center is doubling down on vote security. Plus, we'll show you how to see the spooky side of Flagstaff this holiday season. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Michaela Richardson.
And I'm Elena Robla. Thanks for tuning in. We're less than a week before the election, and the Coconino County Election Center is wrapping up their poll worker training courses.
To help ease worries, the Coconino Election Center is taking voter and voting security to another level. With changing public perceptions on voting security, the Election Center is adapting and taking steps to ensure a safe and secure election.
Our election board worker training has become more and more complex as some of the procedures and processes in election and the administration of elections have changed significantly over the years and have evolved to respond to the needs of the public.
One way to maintain the sense of security during such a polarizing time is to keep it local.
Local people and do a very good job at recruiting local people, because that is the best way to administer elections and the best way to have that community feel that is so important for our county to carry on.
Some poll workers have been volunteering for multiple cycles because they say they have recognized the importance of the democratic process.
Well, this is part of trying to maintain and defend democracy and a proper voting system in our state. It's a really important aspect to maintain our freedoms and our rights under the Constitution.
Volunteers are trained with de-escalation tactics to reduce tension at polling places.
We have sort of a code of listening to the voter and confirming what they're trying to say, and then we would explain the system to them and go through an entire de-escalation process.
Musta says they are also focusing on voting safety. The life cycle of a vote follows a very specific and detailed process to ensure they are not tampered with.
We've invested in the security measures, so through documenting the chain of custody for our ballots that are going from the election center to all the polling locations.
If voters have questions about the processes or their experience at the polls, they're encouraged to call the Election Center at 928-679-7896. Yesterday was the last day for voters in Coconino County to mail in their ballots on time. If you weren't able to make the deadline, there are still ways that your vote can count for the 2024 election. Voters are able to cast their early votes in person until this Friday at the Flagstaff Mall in the Coconino County Recorder's Office. Voters can also drop off their mail-in ballots at a ballot drop-off location. Speaking of ballots, a popular place for NAU students to cast their vote has changed. In the past, the voting location at NAU has been at the Sky Dome. This year, it has been changed to the South Beaver School, located near the Biological Sciences Building and the tennis courts along Beaver Street. This polling location is open for precincts 10, 12, 13, 14, and 20, and opens next Tuesday at 6 a.m.
Our friends over at CAF News report Coconino County Sheriff's deputies are looking for 67-year-old Scott Darlington, who has been missing since Sunday. He was last seen at Lake Powell while his boat was docked at the marina. He was driving a 2022 Great Ford F-150 Platinum truck. It's a colorful fall spectacle honoring the dead, a celebration at the Museum of Northern Arizona. Each October, the museum and Flagstaff Nuestras Raíces partnered to create Celebraciones de la Gente, or Celebrations of the People, an event focused around Day of the Dead or Día de los Muertos. Filled with color, dances, and music, uplifting as much as it is festive, this scene is probably a lot different from what most people think this season is about.
What makes it really authentic is that they are families from our community who build the ofrendas, the altars in our courtyard. It's really fun because it ends up being like a museum takeover. And people who come from all over say it's really the most authentic Day of the Dead celebration that they've been to.
This is a day for the Mexican community to celebrate lost loved ones and share their culture.
This has been such a great venue for us. We enjoy all the people that come out. We try to teach them what all this stuff that we put on the ofrenda means, because everything we put on there stands for something. The dead has nothing to do with Halloween.
Last weekend's celebration marked the 21st Day of the Dead at the museum.
It's really a perfect opportunity for us to showcase the museum, and people can come and learn more about the Colorado Plateau, but they also can get more information about the Hispanic culture and the local people who make this community so vibrant.
Through pictures, favorite foods, and other objects, the ofrendas show the history of the Mexican-American community in Flagstaff, which spans back to the 1800s.
You know, it's important to remember your loved ones, and as your family grows, your grandkids only have pictures to remember, so we bring out the pictures, we tell them a little bit about their aunts, uncles, grandparents, share the history of how they came to Flagstaff, what they've done, and it's just a great time to remember your loved ones and teach them of some of the things they did here in Flagstaff.
All the efforts to keep this event as authentic as possible are not only meaningful for the families involved, they also make it one of the museum's biggest events of the year. Elena Robla, NAZ Today.
The city of Flagstaff has been awarded a $5 million federal grant for the local Amtrak station. The grant will be used to improve disability access, and the project includes a renovation of the north platform of the station and the addition of a new south platform for better passenger accessibility.
The City of Flagstaff Sustainability Office is hosting a Fall Fix-It clinic. They have a team of volunteers who can help you fix your broken household items. From jewelry to electronics to bicycles, their goal is to prevent these items from ending up in landfills. The event is being held from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Friday at the Joe Montoya Community Center.
Stew enthusiast? Well, then you're in luck. This Friday is NAU's annual Stew Fest to kick off Native American Heritage Month.
That's right, Michaela. This is a celebration with traditional recipes and live music. It's a long-running tradition at NAU. The event will be hosted at the Native American Cultural Center and the NAU campus. Flagstaff has a colorful history, and around this time of year, you can learn more of the scary parts of that history.
And this tour takes you through the heart of downtown Flagstaff. NAZ Today's Kaylee Doyle has more.
Ever felt a cold presence brush your shoulder? Or wonder whether there's more to Flagstaff than meets the eye? Well, you'd be right. Flagstaff has a deep haunted history, and Freaky Foot Tours walks you right through it.
So they can have that experience with the bellhop knocking. And then they also held events here. And then we're gonna go to a corner and learn about the Walk Up Family Murder House, which is a true crime story that will chill your bones. By John Weatherford, who actually built the hotel that's right behind him. He moved here in the late 1880s, and this here is the Monica.
We got into a hotel and we're looking for things to do this week, and that came up as something to do. And I took a look at it, read it, said, oh, it seems interesting, historical, and scary.
Different haunted rooms. It was also built with the very first bathrooms, like the first ones in there. Mom's really into ghost stuff. She'd always wanted there to be a ghost tour in town, like when I was growing. I think it breathes a lot more life into it, because instead of just hearing about like, oh, like sometimes when people are in this bar, they feel a brush on their neck or things like that. Like you're learning about like what that bar was like when it was first.
Coming up, local veterans support each other through their love of motorcycles. Also, we'll have a rundown of what to do for Halloween. Stay with us.
This week we're experiencing some high pressures with cold and dry conditions. Moving on into next week, we're going to be having some heavy winds. Stay tuned for more. I'll have for you after the break.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool. Oh, yeah. Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Here's a look at the Halloween events around town tomorrow. The Mead Hall is having their 4th annual costuming contest on Thursday, and show up in your creative costume for fun, drinks, and a chance to win prizes. The judging starts at 8 p.m. located in downtown Flagstaff at the Drinking Horn Meadery.
Theatricos Theater Company is hosting a candlelit concert tomorrow on Halloween. This live musical experience features Halloween-inspired music under the gentle glow of the candles. Tickets are available online and doors open at 5:30 p.m.
And downtown Flagstaff is putting together a Halloween trick-or-treat trail from 4 to 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Pick up your map of the trail in Heritage Square and follow it to find a variety of Halloween treats at downtown businesses. This is a safe and fun way to spend Halloween with the entire family. On the way to Flagstaff off the I-17, there's an annual event that welcomes veterans and their families.
And this is not only fun for the families, but also the community. NAZ Today's Amelia Pyatt takes a closer look.
The Pony Express is the biggest fundraiser that Chapter 32-1 throws. The money they raise goes towards helping veterans.
Pony Express is an event thrown every year by Arizona's Chapter 32-1 in Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. Members from all over the country come to experience this poker run.
So our motto is Vets Helping Vets, but for me, that starts right here. Everybody here at this event, these are my brothers and sisters, and that's what it's all about for me.
Members from CVMA go from bar to bar, experiencing a wild ride, collecting poker chips, and competing in games to win a trophy at the end.
When I found CVMA, this was a breath of fresh air. That lifestyle, that's a part of them, that's a part of you that you don't find anywhere else. For some of us, it can be a lifesaver.
While meeting people from all over the country, you not only find veterans, but you also find those who want to help them.
And we do things to, help out other veterans in need. But at the end of the day, it's just helping other veterans that might need some help and are afraid to ask.
CVMA has been around for years. One of the very first people who joined is Sonny Copeland. He's had different titles during his nearly 2 decades in the association.
32-1 was the only chapter for a while, and then it started growing. Now there's chapters all over the state.
Amelia Pyatt, NAZ Today.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes.
Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Marlene Istitz, and I will be your student weather forecaster for today. So today's temperatures is going to be a high of 56 with winds at 8 miles per hour. It feels way more powerful when you're in it. So across the state, we're going to be having some various coverage, cloud coverage. Our daily almanac for today, as I said earlier, that high of 46, that low of 21, and the average is going to be 48 with a low of 31. High temperatures for today across the state of Arizona. Kingman with a high of 57, Sedona with a high of 57 as well, and Hopi with a high of 46. Going on into tonight, looks like we're going to have our temperatures drop even more. It's going to be a chilly 21, but luckily our clouds are decreasing in coverage, and it looks like that sunset is going to be happening at 5:34 p.m. Going on in tomorrow, we're going to have a rising sun at 6:48 with clear skies and that high of 57 degrees. Across the state for forecast temperatures, we're going to be having some various. So for Prescott, we're going to be having a low of 32, a high of 52. For Page, we're going to be having a low of 36 and a high of 53. And for Lake Havasu, a high of 52 and a low of 52 and a high of 69. Through the week, we're going to be having some various different temperatures. For Thursday, as I said, we're going to be having 57 as our high, low for 24, but still have those clear skies. Friday, a high of 57, a low of 27. Moving on to Saturday and Sunday, looks like the weather is not going to be so nice to us. So we're going to be having a 50% of not only rain, but also snow. But that high forecast is going to be 53 with a low of 30. Sunday, we're going to have a 70% chance of rain and snow, but that high of temperature is going to be 43 and a low of 22. Monday, however, we're only going to be having a 50% chance of snow, thankfully. The cloud gods are like, okay, you've been through enough, just snow for you. So the high of 43 and a low of 30. That's all I have for you. Make sure to stay tuned for sports with Adriana Sparks.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Welcome back. My name is Adriana Sparks, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. It's a timeless rivalry, the Coconino Panthers and the Flagstaff Eagles. On Monday, the Coconino girls volleyball team hosted the Eagles but fell 3-0. The Panthers fell to 4th in the 4A Grand Canyon region, while the Eagles maintain their perfect record and they stay at the top of the conference. Sports reporter Megan Triplett has the story.
The annual crosstown rivalry volleyball game between the Coconino Panthers and the Flagstaff Eagles ended in 3 sets this year. After a slow start to the game with little to no rallies, Flagstaff came away with a win. Flagstaff senior setter Macy Mosang shares how it feels to play a rivalry game like this.
Rivalry games are always so much fun. Like, so many people come out, so many people cheer. It's back and forth. It's so loud. You can barely hear your teammates talking. And some people get spooked out, but I genuinely enjoy that.
The Eagles are 1 win away from an undefeated regular season. Head coach Beth Haglin acknowledges that the season is not over yet and shares what changes will be made as they approach the playoffs.
Things that we need to continue getting better at when we get down the road to see better teams. Not that this was a bad team, but I'm just saying, see the teams in state, the top 16 teams. It'll be, we've just got to have some good hard practices.
It seems that the team agreed with Haglin's priorities on what they need to work on. Mosang acknowledged the fine line that comes with confidence.
Going into playoffs, I do feel very confident. It's definitely going to be tough because I think we can also go into it a little too confident. And then our region is super weak. So we've had, in the beginning of our season, we had 5 really tough games and we won all of them. And then these past few games, past 10 games or whatnot, have been teams that aren't very good and that we can beat easily. So we just need to keep our heads up high.
Megan Triplett, NAZ Today.
Now, that isn't to say that there isn't tremendous talent from Coconino Panthers. In fact, Coconino baseball alum Avery Weems is currently down in the Valley pitching for the Texas Rangers in the Arizona Fall League. Our NAZ Today reporters caught up with him this past Friday at Surprise Stadium. Weems, a Flagstaff local, had to move down to the Valley for his first 3 years of high school. But he made the crucial decision to come back up to play at his senior year at Coconino. Weems says he wanted to make sure that he got to finish off his high school career playing with the boys he grew up playing ball with and coaches that respected him. Now jumping into the water, NAU Swim and Dive attended their first official meet of the season against their 3 in-state rivals earlier this month in Tempe. The Jacks defeated the Grand Canyon University, but fell to both Arizona State and the University of Arizona. Now, the Jacks will host the University of Idaho Vandals at Wall Aquatic Center on Saturday. But the Jacks have beat the Vandals 9 meets in a row, so they are certainly hopeful about this weekend. NAU football has enjoyed a bye week, but will host the 3-5 Weber State Wildcats this Saturday at 1 o'clock in the Skydome. Now, the Jacks are currently undefeated at home and 2-2 in the Big Sky, but a win on Saturday will move them to the upper half of those conference standings. And NAU only has 3 more regular season games left, all of which are likely a must-win. NAU soccer closed out their regular season with back-to-back road game wins against Weber State on Friday and Idaho State on Saturday. Now, these 2 Big Sky wins were crucial to securing a spot in the Big Sky tournament. The Jacks will travel to Montana next week to take on the Sacramento State Hornets in the first round match. And finally, NPA girls soccer is playing their 2A state semifinal match at Coconino High School tomorrow night at 7 p.m. against St. John's. Now, Now, the Spartans have won their last 11 games, including 2 wins against St. John's. And with this win, NPA would advance to the state championship and play in the round 1 match in Phoenix on Saturday. Now, that's all the sports I have for you tonight. Stay tuned for your weather recap with Marlena Stitz after the break.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
So for our weather recap, again, Thursday, we're going to have clear skies with a high of 57, a low of 24. Friday, that same wonderful sky with a high of 57, a low of 27. As for Saturday, we're going to have a 50% chance of rain and snow, but with a temperature high of 53 and a low of 30. Sunday, a high of 43, a low of 22, but we do have a 70% chance of rain and snow. And as for Monday, we're going to be having a high of 43, a low of 30, and a 50% chance of snow. As far as Halloween goes, it looks like we've got some pretty ideal conditions. I mean, clear skies and a high of 57. I think that's pretty great. What do you guys think?
I totally agree. And since Halloween is tomorrow, I still need to go carve my pumpkins tonight. What are your guys' plans?
Well, you know what? I think you kind of inspired me. I think I'm going to head to the meat hall for that costume contest. Marley?
I'm going to be at home baking some pumpkin pies.
What about you, Helena?
I think I'm going to go to the pumpkin patch. That's all we have for you guys today, but make sure to stay tuned and join us Tuesday for a special election coverage at 7 p.m. Have a great night.